to this video. My name is Kalyan Savant and I'm a relationship and dating coach from the west coast of Canada. Some of you may know me and some of you may not. If you don't, now you do. And hopefully your life will be different after this video. Alright, a lot of people have been contacting me to create some videos on or articles on getting your ex back. So I thought I would deliver the goods in this video. Some of you might have already seen my more in-depth video on how to get your ex back, but today I have a video solely devoted to texting your ex back. I'm going to outline a few text messages to send your ex-girlfriend to win her back before we get started. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below, and I'll be sure to get back to you personally as soon as I can. Also, be sure to like this video if it helps you. Okay, so first of all, let's cover some things to avoid when texting your ex. First, avoid texting her right after the breakup. Give her and yourself some room to breathe. Don't blow up her phone with sappy messages saying how much you miss her or beg her to take you back. Also, avoid sending her mean messages telling her that you never loved her anyways, or that she isn't all that pretty, and that you prefer your ex before her. This is just adding fuel to the fire and will make getting back together that much more difficult. Avoid the how's it going text too. You know, hey, how have you been text. That's a dull and forgettable message that she will probably see him over, and one that warrants a one-word answer. In order to get your ex back, you need to excite her again. You need to create the feeling that if she doesn't hear from you soon, she will scream, if not, cry. The next thing to cover is when to text your ex, and that is ideally after you've completed a 1-month period of no contact. What I like to call the rule of absence. What is the rule of absence? I'm glad you asked. I'll briefly outline it for you. The rule of absence is to become absent in your ex's life for a period of about a month where you have zero contact with them. That means no phone calls, no texting, no emailing, no sliding into her DMs, no matching with her on Tinder, no liking her Instagram pictures, no watching her Snapchat stories, no commenting on her Facebook pictures or connecting through Facebook Messenger. Zero contact. This is important because it gives your ex space to miss you and to heal from the breakup. And it also lets you get some clarity on the situation for yourself. You know that saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Well, the rule of absence allows your ex to romanticize your past relationship and have more positive, happier thoughts on the matter, not ones of resentment or sorrow. This gives you each a time to heal any wounds that your breakup caused. It's important to have a clear goal in mind and to work towards that. Don't get sidetracked or take shortcuts. They will work against you in all your hard work. And your goal is not to talk to her for a month, which might drive her crazy, but in the end, that will create an anticipation in her to want to hear from you. The best time to start texting your ex back is after the no contract period, when enough time has passed that your emotions are at bay. And seeing her won't make you sweat off an entire stick of deodorant. Reason and logic have no place right after a breakup. People do some crazy things when they get dumped. They are ruled by their emotions, not reason. I know it. I've seen it and experienced it firsthand. So to avoid looking like a stalker, take this time for yourself. So the first text message is the reminder. Picture this: you haven't texted your ex for a month. That's 4 weeks. You can't just jump in after radio silence and say, "Hey Claire, how have you been?" The girl in this scenario is named Claire. This won't excite her. Your text message should be where you ask for something that will remind her of a fond memory. So, for example, "Hey Claire, I'm just wondering if you can remember the name of that ghost town we stumbled upon a few months back. Taking a friend there and can't remember the name of it." Or it can be something simple. "Hey Claire, just rewatched the first season of Friends, and it made me think of the time we binged out on almost the entire series when we were both sick. Made me think of you. Hope you're doing well." This has to be about a fond memory. I know being sick isn't that glamorous, but it was a time when you were together. So you've got 2 texts that remind her of the 2 of you being together. The first one asks her to recall a certain place, the question. The other is a comment with a subtle question that "this made me think of you" text, and "I hope you're doing well." This one warrants a friendly "Thanks. I'm great. How are you?" Always remember your goal. And that goal is to come across as happy, confident, and have accepted the breakup. Getting your ex-girlfriend back over text. There is no space to tell her how much you've missed her. You need to keep your composure and work on re-attracting her. Which leads us to our next text, the exciting one. So text number 2, you need excite her. Your next text, after you've reminded her of a fond memory, should be something conversational. For example, "Oh my god, did you just watch the season finale of Game of Thrones? Can you believe that cliffhanger?" Or, "Oh my god, did you see the massive protest that was on campus today?" Or, "Whoa, that new pub that you've been wanting to go to downtown is finally opened. I went and it was so cool." All these text messages are intended to be light, and not carry any baggage. When you're trying to get your ex back, there's no place to rehash the past and try to solve every problem that your old relationship had. That is why right now, like at the beginning of any new relationship, you are just trying to spark her interest and let your personality shine through by having some fun. And that can be through letting her know that cool things are happening in town that, she likes, or just sending her funny YouTube videos or memes. You can even start Snapchatting her interesting, funny things. You see, and this is a very important, but you need to space out your text messages. Just because you two are talking again, this doesn't mean you can text her incessantly. Know when to end the conversation, and that is on a high note. Let her know that you have to run to be somewhere. Don't let the conversation lead to a point where no one's talking. End it and say, "I've got to run, but I'll chat to you later." While you're trying to get your ex back, you need to leave her wanting more of you. And for more information on that, head over to katespring.com xback, where you can watch a free video presentation on how to make your ex obsess over you. Alright, the third text is the favor. The favor hopefully leads to a hangout. After you've used the previous two text messages, it's important that you've built up a rapport, that you can casually have some conversations without it being a big deal, and that you keep your emotions in check. For the favor, you need to have a favor that isn't too grand, one that would be easy for her but require you to meet up in person. For example, "Hey, Claire, I'm repainting my house because I'm color challenged. I was wondering, we could grab coffee and you could look at my swatches. My mother is trying to convince me that beige is the new yellow." Help. Women love to be needed, and they are nurturers. And if you and your ex had enough space apart to heal after the breakup, she'll be more inclined to help you and excited to do so. If you get her to meet up, you need to rebuild attraction. And that comes through strong eye contact, touch when appropriate. And for more information on how to rebuild attraction, head over to katespring.com free and get a free copy of my Attraction Handbook, where you will learn how to attract women through body language. That's katespring.com free. And to make your life easier, I'll post a link in the description below. Okay, now, don't worry if you're not repainting your house. Please don't start painting your house just because you want to see her. Another example would be if you're in school. Say, "Hey, Claire, I remember that you were good with writing papers and citing your sources. Mind meeting up for coffee and looking over mine?" Or, "Hey, Claire, can I pick your brain on the cheapest way to get from here to the Amalfi Coast? Coffee, my treat." These are 3 very simple text messages to send to your ex to reintroduce communication. It is so important that you keep in control of your emotions because you don't want to come across as being too clingy or needy or available or desperate. You want to show your ex how much you've improved since the breakup. Seeing people do so well after a breakup is attractive. It's the #1 strategy in getting your ex back. Alright, that's all I have for you today.